One of the most interesting things about our world is the recent wave of discoveries that are being made again and again, considering the fact that our planet has been around for millions of years. The opportunity to learn more about him is always intriguing. Recently, there have been many theories about races of humans existing since before we arrived on the scene. Specifically, historians and even theologians have postulated the existence of massively enormous giants that have roamed the earth for thousands of years. But a recent discovery has made these claims even stronger and could change our perception of Earth forever. Reports emerged detailing an incredible discovery in a shipwreck that surprised everyone. According to the report, German explorers and archaeologists led by Georg Fassbinder discovered an ancient tomb in 2003 that they believe belonged to giants who roamed the earth centuries or even millennia ago. As expected, the researchers were not satisfied with discovering something small. They had to go big. The tomb was eventually searched, with explorers supposedly discovering the bodies of massive giants and sending them to laboratories for analysis. However, since this discovery was made, it seems like not much was said about it, and everyone put it under lock and key. As expected, the discovery has been the subject of some controversy. Whose tomb was it, and are there more like them? One of the most prominent theories about this archaeological find is that the tomb belonged to the mythical king Gilgamesh. You may know Gilgamesh from the Marvel movie The Eternals, but while the character in the movie was excellently portrayed by Ma Dong-suk, the mythical character actually has a very long root. Gilgamesh is the protagonist of the poem of Gilgamesh, a story that many believe is the oldest story ever written in human history. In history, Gilgamesh was described as a 5-meter-tall giant. Even the great Kali had nothing on this guy. He was reportedly the son of a Sumerian king and a Mesopotamian goddess, and ended up ruling the land of Uruk, which later became ruins, so it is possible that he was buried in his hometown, and his body was eventually discovered in 2003. Anyway, Gilgamesh was essentially a demigod, and during his reign he waged war against his enemies and sometimes acted like a tyrant towards his people. Which is not surprising considering he had godlike strength and could pretty much do whatever he wanted. In the Gilgamesh poem it is said that the gods finally heard the cries of Gilgamesh's people. These men practically had to live in fear of their almighty king and wanted a savior, so Anu, the king of the gods, used clay and his own saliva to make Enkidu, a wild man who would basically challenge Gilgamesh to a contest of strength. When Gilgamesh and Enkidu finally came to blows, it was pretty epic. Both men had divine strength, and their duel lasted for days. Eventually, Gilgamesh still managed to emerge victorious. Later, when Enkidu finally died, Gilgamesh was so grief-stricken that he basically became a philosopher. The death of his friend made him question the meaning of life and the value of all human achievements. Enkidu's death also caused Gilgamesh to become a better person. He abandoned all pride in himself and embarked on an epic quest to find the meaning of life and, hopefully, even defeat death. This guy was so impressive that his secondary quest was to defeat death. We're not sure how Gilgamesh eventually died, but the point here is that for many years, everyone has believed that the Gilgamesh epic was nothing more than a literary concept, and that the ancient king probably didn't even exist. However, everything changed when Fassbinder and his team made this discovery. According to the team, it appeared that the tomb they discovered actually belonged to the ancient king of Uruk, thanks to modern technology, and they found more than 100,000 hectares of land, including buried Babylonian houses and properties. Although they claimed to have found conclusive evidence that the Gilgamesh poem was real, excavation was halted due to the Iraq War and most of the artifacts were destroyed. According to conspiracy theorists, the U.S. government started the war in Iraq to clear the archaeological site and obtain the objects. Some believe the government is doing DNA testing on the corpse to reincarnate the giant race or crossbreed them with humans. Corey Goode is one of the main proponents of this theory, and claims that there are stasis chambers with these creatures all over the world. It is unknown whether the government is using the giants' burial sites as test sites for a super soldier project, or preserving them as part of human history. The discovery of these giants has generated many theories, including the possibility that one of them is Gilgamesh. Although some theologians believe that the tomb belongs to Nimrod, a biblical character known for his strength and ambition. The line of Nimrod dates back to Cush, Noah's grandson, who built the ark that saved humanity from the flood. Nimrod was a powerful man and hunter, and a king at one time. His kingdom is said to have covered Babylon, Iraq, Uruk, Keln and Shinar in Mesopotamia. He is credited with building the Tower of Babel, where humanity tried to reach the heavens and speak to God. But the tower was destroyed and the citizens spoke different languages. The Bible did not claim that Nimrod commissioned the construction of the tower, but it is a theory by scholars who see him as someone who tried to defy God. Nimrod is believed to have been a powerful man according to the Bible and is linked to the construction of the Tower of Babel. Flavius Josephus, a 1st-century Roman scholar, wrote that Nimrod incited people to defy and despise God. There is speculation about the connection between Nimrod and Gilgamesh, as they share strong physical traits and issues with God. Some believe that Nimrod could have been the inspiration for the Epic of Gilgamesh, or that they were both the same person, although it is not known how Nimrod or Gilgamesh died. But, does the tomb belong to Nimrod? Some believe so, as they believe Nimrod was real, unlike Gilgamesh, which has not been proven. They argue that Uruk, which is depicted in the Gilgamesh poem, was based on a real place. If Nimrod was the ruler of the land, the tomb discovered by German researchers could be his. However, why didn't they put up a sign to identify the grave? If the research team had labeled the grave correctly, we would not have to argue about the identity of the occupant. But these types of discoveries are not unique, since there are many archaeological finds that confirm the existence of giants who lived hundreds or thousands of years ago. Lovelock Cave in Nevada is one of the most notable discoveries of giants in recent memory. In 1911, 2 miners found more than 40 incredibly large human skeletons. An employee of the University of California Museum of Anthropology excavated the cave in 1912 and found more than 100,000 phenomenal objects. It is believed that the skeletons could belong to the legendary Sidakar tribe of Paiute history, who were cannibals and who, according to an account by Sarah Winnemucca, described the hardships and suffering they faced at the hands of white settlers, including armed conflicts and the loss of its natural resources. Archaeologists found evidence of burns at the cave entrance, suggesting it was set on fire. Stonehenge is a popular ceremonial site in the UK, but no one knows who built it. In 2018, it was revealed that the people who built Stonehenge disappeared shortly after its construction and left no traces of DNA in the modern British population. No one knows who exactly the builders of Stonehenge were, but it is believed that they must have been really great people. The disappearance of the builders has long puzzled scientists. In 1998, researchers at Emory University in Atlanta discovered a strain of DNA called the X line that did not fit into Native American migration routes. Scientists believe this strain could date back as far as 36,000 years ago and have a different source from the other groups. There is a group of people whose origin cannot be fully traced and are believed to be our extraterrestrial ancestors. The alien theory appears in many theories about human origins. A video about an alien city shows a journey beginning in Leipzig, Germany in 2011. Biologists led by geneticist Svante Pääbo of the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology discovered that early humans made contact and even mated with early hominids. Some believe that humans mated with non-human life forms on Earth and also with aliens. Christians believe in mating between humans and angels fallen from heaven, which resulted in giants. Although it may seem far-fetched, there is evidence to suggest that alien life may have arrived or influenced human evolution. What does all this say? That we can't explain everything. Despite advances in understanding our history, there are many unanswered questions. As the world continues to evolve, new questions will continue to arise. This isn't just an old hole in the ground. My friends, it is a deep and majestic gorge that stretches for a staggering 270 miles and is 18 miles wide. Imagine standing on the edge, looking out over the vast expanse before feeling the magnitude of this monumental masterpiece of nature. The Grand Canyon has an impressive history spanning more than 6 million years. Yes, this wonder has been evolving for much longer than we can understand. It is a living testimony to the power of geological activity and the relentless force of the mighty Colorado River. Over countless eons, layer after layer of rock has been sculpted and chiseled, revealing ancient secrets and exposing some of the oldest rocks on Earth. But it's not just about the rocks, my friends. The Grand Canyon is a treasure trove of archaeological wonders that will transport you back in time. Follow the trail of time on this captivating journey that reveals the geological history of this magnificent canyon. As you explore the southern edge of the park, you'll marvel at the remarkable features that have been etched into the landscape for millions of years. However, the Grand Canyon is not only a geological and archaeological wonder, it has also been home to humans for thousands of years. Can you imagine the stories that resonate through its ancient walls? Evidence of prehistoric humans dates back 12,000 years, with artifacts like stone spearheads and delicate figurines of split twigs revealing glimpses of their lives over the centuries the Grand Canyon has witnessed. This magical place has been a sanctuary for several Native American tribes, including the ancestral Paiute, Navajo, Zuni and Hopi peoples. Its rich cultural heritage is intertwined with the very structure of this sacred place. One tribe in particular is deeply connected to the canyon. The Havasupai people have called it their ancestral home for more than 800 years and continue to thrive in its splendor today. The Grand Canyon welcomes visitors from all walks of life, inviting them to witness its majestic beauty. The cerulean pools and stunning red rocks attract more than 20,000 visitors each year, providing a glimpse into the vibrant culture and resilient spirit of the Havasupai people. This is where ancient stories meet modern adventures, where the magnificence of nature takes center stage. And speaking of ancient stories, it's time we start with Kincaid's discovery in 1909. It all began in 1909 when G. Kincaid, a daring resident of Lewiston, Idaho, embarked on an adventure down the Colorado River, armed with his trusty camera. The man set out to capture the stunning beauty of the canyons and river views that awaited him. Little did he know that his journey would lead to an astonishing archaeological find that would captivate the imagination of countless adventurers. As Kincaid delved deeper into the heart of the Grand Canyon, he stumbled upon a cavern so hidden and inaccessible that it seemed like a well-kept secret. Located 1,486 feet below the canyon wall, this cavern promised untold wonders. However, it was off-limits to visitors, protected by strict restrictions prohibiting unauthorized entry. The scientists studying the cavern wanted to preserve its archaeological treasures without interference from relic hunters or curious onlookers. Through sheer determination and against all odds, Kincaid managed to reach this hidden wonder. The sedimentary stains on the wall caught his attention, and as he approached the chisel marks on the cave walls, his curiosity intensified, urging him to enter. And what he found within those cavernous depths left him amazed. The cavern's central tube stretched an impressive 12 feet wide, narrowing to 9 feet as he delved deeper and branched out from the main passage. There were side corridors leading to chambers similar to modern living rooms. Imagine standing in a space that housed the ancients, with walls adorned with oval-shaped doors and circular air spaces for ventilation. The rooms were meticulously designed, with walls 3 feet 6 inches thick. Its roofs were in the center, but the real wonder lay within a passage, hundreds of feet from the entrance. There, sitting cross-legged, was an idol or deity of the town. The idol, similar to Buddha, clutched lotus flowers or lilies in each hand. Experts puzzled over the religious symbolism behind this sculpture, speculating that it could reflect the worship practices of ancient Tibetans. The idol was surrounded by smaller images, some exquisitely beautiful, while others possessed twisted shapes that possibly represented the eternal struggle between good and evil. To add to the enigmatic atmosphere, there were oversized cacti with protruding limbs flanking the god. All of these sculptures were painstakingly crafted from a hard marble-like rock, demonstrating the remarkable skills of the long-lost civilization. Delving deeper into the cavern, Kincaid discovered copper implements and a bench surrounding a workspace where ancient inhabitants knew the technique of hardening copper, a technique lost to time. Materials such as charcoal and slag indicated that these enigmatic beings were involved in smelting the mineral, but the exact location and methods they used remained a mystery. Kincaid speculated that the cave people were an advanced civilization, possibly the ancestors of the cliff dwellers found in the once vibrant and prosperous surrounding areas. Their culture had long since vanished from the face of the earth, leaving behind tantalizing fragments of their existence. We stumbled upon an amazing find while exploring this fascinating chamber adorned with ancient hieroglyphic symbols similar to those found in Egypt. The most intriguing discovery is found within the citadel. We are talking about mummified bodies of immense proportions. None of these mummies measure less than 9 feet and are wrapped in dark linen that hides their secrets. One can only wonder what secrets they keep. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of this underground city, we discover an astonishing amalgamation of cultures. The pottery and instruments show distant origins, creating exceptional archaeological diversity. The discovery challenges our understanding of the ancient world and its interconnectedness. There is a ceremonial crypt in the large room where the mummies were found, full of secrets to reveal. The atmosphere is dark and ominous, with speculation about deadly snakes or ancient chemicals. This area, called off-limits by Egyptians and Hindus, is restricted even to park staff and hikers, raising questions about its hidden contents. Some claim that armed soldiers guard the entrance, fueling theories of a hidden ruling class, while others suggest that the underground city has become a museum of a forgotten era. The discoveries of Svetlana Balabanova, who found something surprising in Egyptian mummies more than 3,000 years old, were criticized and faced hatred and threats. However, Dr. Balabanova stood by her accurate evidence. Dr. Rosalie David reaffirmed the controversy by confirming the presence of cocaine and tobacco in the mummies, shaking the archaeological world. The World Explorers Club decided to delve deeper and contacted the prestigious Smithsonian Institution. They wanted to know if the official record supported these mind-blowing discoveries. What they heard next left them baffled. A Smithsonian staff archaeologist denied any involvement in excavations involving Egyptian artifacts in North or South America. And to add more mystery, there is no trace of Kincaid and Jordan's supposed discoveries, once connected to the Smithsonian. It's like it vanishes into thin air. So where does this leave us? Why would a museum, especially one as renowned as the Smithsonian, suppress such groundbreaking information? The answers remain elusive, leaving us with more questions than we started with. Institutions fear the upheaval such revelations could cause, if they are trying to protect the stability and foundations of our society. If they fear that questioning our history could lead us to question everything we know, from science to education, the ramifications would be immense. In a discovery that could shatter our understanding of history, scientists have unearthed what they believe is the lost tomb of Genghis Khan. Hidden for centuries, the tomb's haunting contents are as enigmatic as they are terrifying, raising more questions than answers. What are the haunting artifacts inside, and how do they redefine what we thought we knew about the great Mongol conqueror? Prepare for a journey into the unknown, a revelation so shocking it has the potential to change the very essence of human understanding. Welcome to an exploration that will disrupt history and shake our foundations. This changes everything. The tomb of Genghis Khan has been an enigma throughout time, surrounded by myths and legends. The Mongol conqueror, famous for founding one of the largest empires, is said to have ordered that his final resting place be hidden and those who participated in the burial executed to keep it a secret. Stories tell how Genghis Khan diverted rivers and released wild horses to hide his tomb, making it one of the greatest historical secrets. Despite the tension between scientific research and cultural sensitivity, fueled by the Mongolian belief that disturbing the tomb would bring calamity, the desire to uncover the enigma persists. Although previous attempts resulted in disappointments, the appeal of solving this mystery remains strong. Archaeologists have explored ancient texts, satellite images, and migration patterns to find clues. The recent idea that scientists could reveal this historical enigma was perceived as bold, challenging the barriers of tradition and culture. In the current era, turning our attention to the secrets of our past seems inevitable. The current revelation changes the way we view history, providing real evidence that challenges long-standing myths about Genghis Khan's tomb. This finding opens new avenues of academic research and presents a dilemma for Mongolia about how to handle international attention. On a global level, it adds a shocking chapter to an ancient narrative, stripping away folklore and forcing us to confront exciting but disturbing realities. A team of archaeologists, initially in Mongolia to study ancient weather patterns, stumbled upon the site near Birkin Khaldun Mountain, long speculated to be the tomb of Genghis Khan. The discovery, supported by advanced technology such as ground radar, metal detectors and drones, revealed an elaborate burial site, with intricate carvings and symbols of power. The decisive moment came when deciphering inscriptions that resembled ancient Mongolian script, strongly indicating that it was the tomb of Genghis Khan. News of the discovery generated great excitement, promising to change historical research and challenge established narratives. However, the discovery brought with it complications. The Mongolian government was consulted at every step due to the monumental importance to the national heritage. With the media converging on the site, ethical considerations arose about excavating a place so linked to Mongolian culture and identity. The meticulous work continued for weeks, with specialized scientists and local observers. Periodic revelations fueled discussions from the academic to the existential. Beyond the artifacts and historical documents, the discovery was perceived to unleash unforeseen results. Experts in linguistics, history, and anthropology were summoned, maintaining an interdisciplinary approach that never lost its amazement. They all recognized that they were part of something extraordinary, an effort that was rewriting chapters in the annals of human history. As archaeologists prepared to open Genghis Khan's tomb, anticipation was mixed with trepidation. Although they found impressive historical artifacts at first, such as swords and armor, what they discovered next defied explanation. Among the riches, they found artifacts made from advanced materials, seemingly out of place in the 13th century. Some had inscriptions and symbols in unknown languages, executed with mechanical precision. Experts could not identify its origin or understand its meanings. Additionally, DNA testing revealed unusual genetic markers, distinct from any known lineage. This added a mysterious and complicated twist to the figure of Genghis Khan, challenging our understanding of his history. Unusual ritual elements were discovered in Genghis Khan's tomb, challenging known Mongol traditions. Ceremonial daggers, vessels with unknown compounds, and engravings on celestial bodies created an eerie atmosphere. Was Genghis Khan part of a forgotten belief, or was there something supernatural at play? A scroll displayed unknown landforms, and translucent stones with intriguing properties affected electronic devices. These findings challenged scientific categorization and our understanding of knowledge of that time. The key question: was Genghis Khan part of a more complex narrative than we thought? Reactions ranged from skepticism to fearful speculation. Some thought it was an elaborate hoax, while others considered the possibility of extraterrestrial contact. Although the most extreme theories were ruled out, the lack of definitive explanations left everyone baffled. Furthermore, the scientific data challenged the foundations of archaeology, genetics, and physics. DNA analysis and radiocarbon dating were used, crucial to understanding the story. However, the results did not match expectations, raising more questions than answers. DNA from the skeletal remains showed unusual markers and unexplained genetic material. Radiocarbon dating tests returned inconsistent results, with some items older than expected and others of an impossible age based on their condition. The anomalies continued with the composition of some artifacts, made of materials and alloys challenging known metallurgical capabilities. Teams from various disciplines proposed theories without reaching clear conclusions, raising questions about quantum physics and possible new natural laws. This also challenged the conventional image of Genghis Khan, suggesting a more complex story with extraterrestrial influences. Domestically and internationally, Mongolia became the center of debates on cultural heritage, scientific ethics, and sovereignty. Negotiations over the tomb generated historical tensions, and the younger generation expressed opinions, driving cultural and scientific changes. Bodies such as the UN and UNESCO discussed the tomb's status as World Heritage, addressing ethical and political issues at a global level. The controversy extended to archaeological ethics, possible cultural exploitation in the international market, and the intellectual property of technologies found in the tomb. In short, this complex discovery tested ethical and scientific rigor, revealing the complexities that influence our understanding of the past, present, and future.